tool groupies, and welcome to the Backwoods Mechanic channel. Today we're going to be reviewing this basic 5-piece mini plier set with pouch from Hypertough. You can get this at Walmart for between $10 to $12. Has non-slip grip, heavy duty steel, and of course these storage pouches like I mentioned. These do come with a 5-year limited warranty. Now, if you're interested in the warranty that Walmart's got, I'll go ahead and tell you, you have to save your receipt to get this thing warrantied out. Now, I've not personally tried to go down there and warranty anything. That was my understanding when talking with management about these products. If it says it has a 5-year limited warranty, you definitely got to keep your receipt, and they will honor that warranty if they have things in stock to do so. Now, otherwise, for what you're paying in this set right here, you could pretty well go down there and get something from Harbor Freight in the Pittsburgh Pro line. You'll pay around the same exact price, get around the same exact stuff, and they got a much better warranty. You can take it in the store, walk out with no problem. That is one plus about going to a Harbor Freight as opposed to going to a Walmart. But the reason I like buying these specific tools is because they're effective. They do the exact same amount of work as you will get with Cobalt, Pittsburgh Pro, a few other name brands for the price you're paying for. These I did not buy for professional work that I'm going to be using all day, every day. I picked these up specifically to leave on site at specific locations. I get service calls frequently to different businesses, and I'm in and out there all the time. They don't really have that many tools at these businesses, so I picked it up on myself to go ahead and buy some tools like this one right here. I'll donate it to them, leave it on site. Then whenever I get called in to come make a repair, I know what tools are on site that I can use. And whenever it's a Hypertough product, there's going to be very few people who reach over and steal this, walk off with it, try to take it home. So it is what it is, and that's exactly why I picked up this particular set right here. If we flip it over here, it will tell you that this product is made in China, and every piece in this set, you get one mini diagonal plier, one mini long nose plier, one mini needle nose plier, one mini end nipper plier, one mini linesman plier, and the storage case. So let's go ahead and pop her open and give her a look. Now all of these, whenever you pick them up, they don't got any kind of rust on them, and they are precision machined and all that kind of stuff, and they're made from forged steel, so they are going to be strong to a certain degree. Precision pliers like this, the most important thing about them is going to be if you're going to cut something. If you're cutting something, you're going to want to make sure that the edges right here are made pretty decent, that they're at least sharp enough to do the cutting. If you had to, you could get a file, really small precision file, and you could sharpen up those edges. Even if you dull these over time, you can still sharpen those edges up and use them. Now, they're not going to be good for grabbing a hold of stuff and twisting. Now, if you get a hold of something like a hard piece of steel, take a fence for an example. You put this on a fence and you twist it, you're going to break the tips of your needle nose off right here. You don't want to do that. But for the most part, these are going to be used for basic electrical repairs. Anytime I come in and I might have to work on something, I work on washers from time to time. Big old MILNOR washing machines, for an example. Sometimes I might have to reach in there in some tight confined spaces, and whenever I do, I might not always have room to put a big set of pliers. That's why I picked these up, because it gives you a variety of these. You got the really long nose pliers right here, and of course it's got some tension right there, so it should kind of help them stay open back and forth. Big long noses on them, and if you put them together, you can see they're not perfect. It's a little bit tapered up through here, and it kind of bows out a little bit where it's slightly bent. But this one is going to be specific for reaching in and grabbing something, pulling a wire. If I have a wire that's down inside of a hose, down inside of a feed tube, I'm trying to run it to something, hook it up to a contactor, to the transformer, something like that, I'll be able to reach in there with these, grab that wire, pull it out. So it's going to do the job that I need it to do. It's not intended to cut anything. It doesn't have any type of cutter on it. All it is a long nose plier set. Now the grips on these, they're all the red and black Hypertough colors. They got some decent little grips on them. And of course, if you pull them hard enough, they'll probably come off. If you want them to stick, put you some kind of epoxy on there, shove them back on there, and they should stay. Now we got our end nippers right here. This is great if you need it to cut the very end off of something, but you can't get at it, like with your side cutters right here. Little miniature side cutters, those are to cut wires with. If you got to get into something and cut it sideways, these will do the job you need them to do. But sometimes you got to go straight on because you cannot get in there sideways. That's what these are for right here. And then you got your basic mini long nose pliers. These are also side cutters. These are actually pretty well made right here for what you're paying for these, and they'll get the job done. They're still the same thing. Reach in, grab some wires, pull them out, twist a few things with them, cut a few basic wires. It's not going to be big thick gauge copper. You know, I'm going to be using these on small strands of wire, little small gauge wires. And then we got our regular cut it right here. Now this one, if you needed to pinch something, you needed to put the eyes on something, put your wires on it. These are basically miniature linesman pliers. They'll cut everything. You can put your eyes right there. You can clamp down on them, crush them right on top of that copper, and it'll keep them locked into place. Plus they got some teeth cut right here. They got the flat tip design. So these tools are what they are. Like I said, I did not buy these to do a whole bunch of different work. I'm not buying these because I have to depend on them to get a job done. I bought them because they're very practical. They're going to be easy to use. I can leave them on site, and they go inside of a storage case here. So whenever I do need them, I can pick them up on the go, or I can leave them inside the storage case, and they'll be really easy to store and leave there on site. All you got to do is open this thing up and put each one of your pliers in right here, and then you can store them for on the go. It's really that simple. And as I'm putting these in here, I want you to see that they do got the Velcro straps. They also got this little strand of elastic right there that you actually shove the tip end of them up in. And then you take the Velcro and you put it over where your handles are. And that'll keep these things nice and secure. So if you are working on something, you need to pull one of them out, not the rest. If you drop it, it's not going to fall out. And you can even zip it up so it stays nice and intact while you're doing your work. But right here you go. Here's the little 5-piece set from Hyper Tough. It's really cheap, inexpensive. As far as the durability on these, or even if they're worth the $12 that they're going to cost you, I will update you later on with a performance review. But whenever I do it, I'm going to do the performance review on all the Hyper Tough products that I bought up to this point in time, including their adjustable wrenches right here. I tell you what, these adjustable wrenches, for the price point that I paid for them in comparison to even buying the Pittsburgh Pro line, these do not have the big lifetime warranty like Pittsburgh Pro does, but I tell you what, I have put these adjustable wrenches here through hell and back, and they've been holding up pretty good. But I will do an updated performance review on all these products later on, just for anybody who's interested, just because I've been using them, and well, that's what I do. Like I said, I'm taking these, I'm donating them to a local business because I go in and out there all the time. It's going to be something I'll leave on site. I'm not going to worry about it walking off. Whereas I do have these coming up for a review by Cobalt. We'll dig into that, and we're going to do a side-by-side comparison video and see which one might be better for you to buy. But if you're interested in that, make sure to pop the clutch on the subscribe button. You will see all the tools in action on this channel. Go over to Instagram, hit follow, check out the new Facebook page. But as always, all I'm trying to do is encourage people to go out here, get yourself some tools, and make being a tradesman great again. But until next time, may your wrenches not slip and your knuckles not bleed.